The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. It doesn't get any bigger than what you're about to see over the next hour and 45 minutes. The Pittsburgh Pirates and Philadelphia Phillies are about to play a doubleheader in Pittsburgh with an entire bag of marbles the size of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania on the table. The Phillies have a one-game lead over the Pirates. By the time the weekend is over, these two teams will play 4 times, and we hope to get some clarity in this race. A doubleheader today. Now, the Saturday game, this is from Friday, August 4th, 1978. The Saturday game was rained out. And so they will play a doubleheader for you on Sunday. And they will play a doubleheader for you Sunday night at 7 Eastern. You will see every pitch of this series because it is that important. The Phillies are 60-42. The Pirates are 59-43. This are the biggest series so far in the National League. And so what we'll do is we will split the Sunday, the 6th of August, into 2 videos. You'll see Baltimore and the Yankees Friday afternoon at noon, and then you'll see the doubleheader between the Pirates and the Phillies Sunday night at 7 with the Dodgers and the Giants tomorrow. My name is Ron Juckett. We hope that you enjoy this amazing weekend of baseball coming up for you as we start to put at least some mustard on these hot dogs of races. And if you're wondering about what the Phillies and Pirates have done in 1978, well, between now and the end of the season, they're going to play 14 times. Philadelphia has won 3 of the 4 they played, and when you play in your division in the National League in 1978, it's an 18-game thing. It's about to get really, really fun. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball Replay 1978. Tonight, a doubleheader from Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Pirates 59-43 with Jim Rooker in Game 1 versus Larry Christensen and the Philadelphia Phillies from the banks of the Monongahela, Ohio, and the Allegheny. And tonight's doubleheader is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulations and replay needs. Find us today on Spreaker, Spotify, or iTunes, or at DigitalDice.com. And so here we go. Jim Rooker taking his warm-up tosses for a big old-fashioned twilight doubleheader here. 79 degrees. A beautiful night for baseball. The wind going from right to left. Be a crosswind if it was Roy Gorella trying to kick for the Steelers. It should help. Well, it really will help both teams. And the ballpark is playing small. Rooker making start number 20 on the year. He is 9-5 with an ERA at 2.72. He has not faced the Philadelphia Phillies this year. His last time out was July 30th, a no decision against the Los Angeles Dodgers, which the Pirates would win because they swept the Dodgers in this replay. He went 8 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs all earned. He walked 3 and struck out 2. So over 116 innings so far, he's allowed 92 hits, 40 runs, 35 earned, just 5 homers. He has walked 60 and struck out 43. He is a fastball pitcher at 86, and he gubs up the fly ball. Lorenzo, how are you? Hopefully you can get all that squared away. The lineup he will face in Game 1. Gary Maddox is in center field. He'll lead off. Larry Boa is at short. He'll bat second. Mike Schmidt, who the Phillies need a big weekend from, is going to bat third and play third. Greg Luzinski cleans up and left. Jose Cardinal is in first base. He'll bat fifth. Jerry Martin is in right in game one. He'll bat sixth. Barry Foote draws the assignment behind the plate. He'll go seventh. Ted Sizemore hits eighth at second base, and Larry Christensen is on the mound batting ninth. He should go about 120 pitches. Defensively for the Pirates in game one, John Milner and his Ramanoodle arm is a 6-1. Bill Robinson a 5 and a 4 in center, and Dave Parker the Cobra a 10 and a 10 in right. Phil Garner is at third. He is a 5 fielder. Frank Tavares at short. He is a 6 fielder. Rennie Stinnett at second is a 6. Willie Stargell is a 6 at first. Ed Ott a 5 and a 3 behind the plate. And Jim Rooker a 7 on the mound. He should not make an error. Gary Maddox, who can bunt, we won't play in, at 285, 9 homers, and 45 RBI. And television says we're ready to go. 1-2 here on this 10th day of June in real life. It's the 31st anniversary of my high school graduation today. Wow, how about that? Anyway, August 4th, 78 starts. And I have no idea what we just saw. It's like everything kind of blew up. Anyway, here's the pitch. It's down in the corner. It gets past Garner. Milner picks it up. He throws to second, and Maddox is in there. I won't replay that for you. It's a double, and that's how it starts for Philadelphia. This is games 103 for both teams. Boa at the plate. Larry at 313. 2 homers and 35 RBI. It is a packed house here in Pittsburgh on a beautiful August night. Pitch to Boa. That's better. He drags one down, foul. And the count is 0-2. So it's Rooker and Christensen in game one. Rooker from the stretch. Ground ball to Tavares, and he's just going to sit there. He doesn't even throw. That was just kind of an check swing. Maddox didn't even go. And Boa has a hit. So runners on first and second. Nobody out for Mike Schmidt. At 241, 14 homers and 54 RBI. Throw to second, and Maddox is back. And now they'll worry about Schmidt. 2 hits for the Phils. Here in the top of the first. Schmidt in the left field. Milner in the corner will make the grab for the out. Maddox will hold. And there's 1 out. For Greg Luzinski at 254. 25 homers and 77 RBI. Pitch from Rooker is into right. Parker going back. He will get it along the track. Maddox will hold at second. So the Phillies with a good chance to get something going here. And they've held Maddox after the double. Here's Jose Cardinal at 310. 3 homers and 25 RBI. It's an August night, as I said, but there's a bit of October in the air. Not necessarily in the temperature, but in the apprehension and the tension of both of these fan bases. Pitch to Jose is a ground ball to Garner. He throws it over to first. Stargell keeps his foot on the bag, and that will retire the side. So Rooker works out of the jam. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. Half an inning in the books. It's the Pirates coming up, the Phillies nothing. Larry Christensen about to make his 22nd start. He's thrown 152 in the third innings. He's 10-8. He's had a magnificent year. And a 3.01 ERA. He has not faced the Pirates this year. If you joined us late, this is only the 5th of 18 meetings between the two teams. His last start was July 30th against the Reds. And the Reds tattooed him for 13 hits, 7 runs, all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 4. So over 152 in the third innings. He's allowed 138 hits, 55 runs, 51 earned. He has walked 33, struck out 76. He's a fastball pitcher. The fastball tops out at 87. He does not favor the fly ball or the ground ball. And here's a lineup that he will face in Game 1. Frank Tavares at short will lead it off. He's not going to bunt. John Milner in left field will bat second. Dave Parker in right will hit third. Bill Robinson cleans up in center field. Willie Stargell at first will bat fifth. Rennie Stinnett at second goes sixth. Ed Ott gets the call in Game 1 behind the plate. He'll bat seventh. Phil Garner will bat eighth and play third. And Jim Rooker, who threw 21 pitches in the first, is on the mound batting ninth. Defensively for the Phillies, Greg Luzinski is a 4 and a 4 in left field. Gary Maddox is a 10 and a 6 in center. Jerry Martin a 6 and a 6 in right. Mike Schmidt, playing for a bunt you're not going to see, is a 10 at third. Larry Boa a 10 at short. Ted Sizemore a 7 at second. Jose Cardenal and not Richie Hebner is a 5 at first. Barry Foote gets the call in Game 1, is a 6 and a 9 behind the plate. And Christensen is an 8 on the mound with a .938 fielding percentage. Tavares at 266, no homers, and 36 RBI. Notice for the Pirates, no Omar Moreno to start the ball game. Pitch to Tavares is a ground ball to Sizemore to the right of the bag at second. He throws to first, and that's how this one starts. So everyone has some butterflies out of their system. John Milner at 250, 3 homers and 29 RBI. Larry deals, struck him out. He's a good one for that. A curveball on a full count, taken for strike 3. And there's 2 out for Parker, who really is, although I think we will do some voting for the awards, the consensus MVP in the National League. Not only are the Pirates contending a year early for the title, Parker is hitting .350, 21 homers and 70 RBI. Pitch to Parker is a ground ball right up the box. Christensen throws it over to first, and that will retire the side. So, no runs, no hits, no errors. After 1, it's the Phillies nothing, the Pirates nothing. If you're in the chat, say hi. We're going to be together a while today. So that brings up Jerry Martin, 251, 5 homers and 20 RBI. Foote and Sizemore to follow. Phillies put 2 runners on. Hi, I'd like to be old Clinton. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. And Tribe fan, hello, hola, and bien of you. Welcome in. So 1 game apart as we start this doubleheader. Martin, I gave you the numbers already, digs in, and that's a little looper back to Rooker. And there's 1 out for Barry Foote at 294 with an RBI. Only had 57 real-life at-bats. So we'll give you the schedule the rest of the week. It's changed a bit. More so to accommodate the Dodger game. Struck him out. Rooker got him swinging on an 0-2. And Foote got a swung. He got a piece of it right in the glove at Ed Ott. And there's 2 out. And yet he barely got his foot wet. Here's Sizemore at 237. Teddy has driven in 10 with 8 doubles. A beautiful night, as I said, along the banks of the Ohio. And there's a line drive to Tavares, and that will retire the side. So Rooker gets the side on 10 pitches here in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the second coming up, no score. So Robinson, Stargell, and Stinnett Bill Robinson at 260, 4 homers, and 53 RBI. This is only, if you weren't with us at the beginning, the 5th meeting of the year between these two teams. They will play, including this one, 14 times between now and the end of the year. Pitch to Robinson. Struck him out. Christensen got him on a 2-2 off speed on the inside corner, and that's his second strikeout. So here's Stargell. Willie at 293, 11 homers, and 42 RBI. Good-sized crowd here right at the start. Liner to right, Martin is there, and that's a second out. Brings up Stinnett at 219, 4 homers and 34 RBI. Christensen delivers, and there's a liner in the right center field. That's going to be extra bases. Stinnet's going to go for 3. Martin picks it up. The throw to Schmitz. Stinnett is in there. So Martin got a late jump. Made a poor play to start. Stinnett just got the diesel going and rounded second. The throw was close, but there was no tag. So a 2-out triple. And that'll bring up Ott. Ed at 301, 4 homers and 24 RBI. Well, you can support Beatles and the Pirates or Mr. Castro and the Phillies. But they're going to, between now and Sunday, they're going to take about 4 hours on the stream. And if you're Joe Theismann, that's a lot of pee-pee pills. Pitch to Ott is popped up, foot to the screen, and that will made the catch. I thought that was going to hit the screen. No, sir. So Foot puts it away, and after 2, the Pirates strand a runner. No runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the top of the 3rd, no score. And so let's just tell you everything on the line in this series. The Phillies have won 3 straight. And the Pirates have won 7-10. And so the difference is 1. It's a doubleheader tonight, and it was supposed to have been a single game Saturday and a single game Sunday. But they get rained out tomorrow or Saturday. And so it's a doubleheader today and a doubleheader on Sunday. In the West, the Dodgers have dropped 7 straight. The Reds have closed the gap to 2.5. Houston and San Diego and San Francisco all within 7. In the American League, Texas by half a game over Kansas City, 3 over California, and 5.5 over Minnesota. And in the West, or in the East rather, you will see Friday afternoon, Baltimore and the Yankees. They're a half game apart too, as they start a big weekend series down in New York. And the Red Sox have won 5 straight. And that Red Sox team is capable of making this a race again. So even the East is not a done and dusted deal between those 3 teams. In fact, the largest margin right now is the Dodgers at 2.5. There's a reason why I picked this season. Larry Christensen is hitting .080 with a homer and 3 RBI. I think the AL East will be very exciting now. The Red Sox woke up. And Milwaukee, if you were with us yesterday, their bullpen wore Lorenzo's Depends. Pitch to Christensen is a line drive, foul for third base side. Somebody from Wheeling, West Virginia made that catch, and the count is 2-2. Popped up left field, Milner is there, and there's 1 out. So 9 batters deep for Rooker, 36 pitches, 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits and a strikeout. Maddox doubled his first time up on what could be considered a weird play, and then he became a chess pawn. He didn't move off the bag. Pitch to Gary is right back to Rooker over to first for the out. So tomorrow at noon Eastern will be the Dodgers and the Giants. And then Friday will be the Orioles and the Yankees at noon. And then we won't play the rest of that Sunday. And then Sunday night, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, the other doubleheader in this series, the Sunday games between the Phillies and the Pirates. Larry Bowa singled his first time up. Infield hit, couldn't get Maddox to third. And there's a line drive to Garner for the out, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. 2.5 in the books. There's no score. So they're not going to bunt for Garner. Cardinal and Schmidt playing in. 273, 3 triples, 4 homers, and 35 RBI. So Lorenzo's going to miss the Dodger game. Breakfast and baseball for the West Coast today. Well, mostly every day. And then next week, we're going to have something extra for it. Yeah, you can catch it on the replay. 2 weeks on Twitch. Everything stays up. Pitch to Garner is a ground ball to Christensen over Cardinal for the out, 1 away. The schedule makers, and honest to goodness, there are a couple from Northern Rhode Island for the longest time. Had some delicious goodies here. Just happens that the Phillies and Pirates will play 14 times between this game and the end of the year. Here's Rooker. He's at 162 with an RBI. And he hits this one into left center. Maddox is there, 2 out. In fact, he has a dive and corralled it for the out. It's a beautiful day here in Burlington, by the way. Mid-70s, cloudy. Gonna thunder tonight. Tavares is 0 for 1, so Christensen threw 9 batters, 2 2/3 innings, 37 hits, or 37 pitches. It's not cricket run. It's 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. Next week, gang, starting Thursday night at 7 Eastern, Retro Sports Network will present the all-time greats U.S. Open from Winged Foot. 72-hole coverage starts Thursday at 7. Pitch to Tavares is a ground ball to Boa over to Cardinal for the out. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 4th. Still scoreless in Pittsburgh. Thanks, Jamie. Father's Day weekend's always tough for me because my dad is no longer here. It'll be Schmidt, Luzinski, and Cardinal. Mike is 0 for 1. And, of course, this next weekend should be U.S. Open weekend. And so we're going to do that in ASG Golf pretty much the same way we did the Masters. We'll follow one group on Thursday and another group on Friday, and then the leaders all weekend. Pitch to Schmidt. Struck him out, so Rooker got him to swing on a 1-2 off speed, 1 away. For Luzinski, who's 0 for 1. Ball 4. So Luzinski draws the walk. This is a batter's ballpark tonight. Batting average for the lefties +9, for the lefties +6 for the righties. And home runs +14% for the lefties and +16 for the righties. Wind is blowing out right to left at 9. Pitch to Cardinal, ball 4. So Rooker again in trouble with 1 out here in the 4th. Martin's 0 for 1. Ott and Rooker go out and change the sign. Martin into left field. Milner will have it. Luzinski goes back to tag. Milner will throw it into third, 2 out. How long am I going to milk that Mendoza cow? As long as it bugs you, my friend. You listen to an episode we taped 3 weeks ago on your Power Walk, and you have to reproduce. Yeah, because that's the week I played it. Barry Foote struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And he's 0 for 2. He puts that down the line and right, but Parker is there. And Dave will make the catch at the base of the wall. And so after 3.5, no runs, no hits, no errors, it's the Phillies nothing, the Pirates nothing. Yeah, I've got Wingfoot for that for Action PC too, the community one, and they actually have the real one I think now too. So John Milner struck out his first time up. Parker and Robinson to follow. Pitch from Christensen. Here's a base hit into left field. Luzinski will grab it on a couple hops, and Milner is on. Oh, he's going to go for 2. Luzinski lollygags a throw to second. Milner's safe. So Luzinski got a late jump and kind of was careless when he picking it up, and then he realized that Milner wasn't going to stop. So the Pirates have a runner in scoring position for Parker, who's 0 for 1. Christensen deals, and there's a line drive right center field. Milner will score. Parker is on with a double. And it's 1-0 Pittsburgh. You're right. I don't have that gifted golfer named Ron Juckett on my roster. Oh, Clinton Parks. But I've got my own character made up for Action PC as well. Bill Robinson struck out his first time up. Pitch from Christensen. Got away from Foote, but Parker does not go, so it's not a wild pitch. So the Pirates on the board here in Game 1. A Pirate win ties the National League East at 60-43. 1-0 pitch to Robinson. A ground ball to Sizemore in the hole. Over to Cardinale, and that will retire Robinson. So Parker goes to third. 1 out. Infield playing back for Stargell, who is 0 for 1. Struck him out. He struck him out. Stargell got a piece of it and found it right in the glove of Foote. Stargell trying to claim that ball hit the ground first, but Foote doesn't show any new dirt on the ball, and that's strike 3. Third for Christensen, 2 out, first to net. I just bought the 60s pack for that game, Clinton. 6 mid-60s courses. Be curious to try some of those out. Rennie Sinet is 1 for 1. He tripled his first time up. Parker on third, 2 out. 1-0 Pirates, bottom of the 4th. Ground ball to Sizemore, deep behind the bag. He throws to first, and that will retire the side. And so, 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. After 4, it's the Pirates 1, the Phillies nothing. And there'll be some baseball sales too. There'll be Sizemore, Christensen, and Maddox. The decades are the way to go. I had a big sale this past week. Ryan Cook, who was the designer of the golf game, turned 34, so there was a 1-day sale. I gotta remember to download the new baseball encyclopedia from them too. Above the Rim is free, and so are all the seasons. The Status Pro clone, all on the Excel spreadsheet. That's not. You have to have Excel to play it. That's not a standalone game. Sizemore is 0 for 1. And there's a ground ball to Garner over to Stargell for the out. 1 away. They do have the and they do have the entire ABA, by the way. Larry Christensen is 0 for 1. Rooker gets the sign. Struck him out. A 1-2 changeup for strike 3. Got him looking. So that's 3 for Rooker. 81 pitches. 18 batters, 4 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, not a run, and 3 strikeouts. Maddox doubled to start the ball game. He's 1 for 2. That's up the middle, and no one could get there. I thought Stinnett was going to grab it. He did not, and that's a CNI single. 3rd hit for the Phils. Yeah, I got it when it first came out, and then I bought the upgrade because it was $20. And you can do whatever you want with it. Every retired player. So Boa, 1 for 2. He's got himself a single. Runner on first. 2 out. Top the 5th. And there's a fly ball to left. Back goes Milner. Gone. So Gary Maddox and Boa score, and the Phillies go up 2-1. Here it is again. Milner thought he was going to get a beat in on it, and he couldn't. And so the Phillies take a 2-1 lead. Wayne Ponywas developed above the rim. And he is a professor at the University of Arkansas. You can listen to the podcast again. We'll take the listen. Mike Schmidt is 0 for 2. He's got a strikeout. So Chuck Tanner not real thrilled. Rooker's at 86 pitches. And in a doubleheader, you need somebody to go a long time. Pitch to Schmidt, who's 0 for 2. That's in the center. Robinson will have it, and that will retire the side. But the Phillies go ahead on the 2-run blast by Boa. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. First commercial break of the doubleheader. Halfway home, it's the Phillies 2, the Pirates 1. And since Don Quixote is claiming he's deleted that podcast, reminder that every episode of Digital Dice is available on Spreaker at Spreaker.com or on the Ratcast channel, Dave Gardner's channel on YouTube. All 43 episodes. So if you miss one, you can go back and get it again and listen to all about Mario Mendoza. Dave Parker, by the way, gave the Pirates a lead in the 4th with a double. And then Larry Boa just hit a 2-run homer, his 3rd of the year, to give the Phillies a 2-1 lead. Larry Christensen is allowed 3 hits through 4 and a run, and Jim Rooker has not thrown a good ball game. 5 innings, 4 hits so far, and the home run. Yep. No, actually, Digital Dice. The story goes, as I get set up, Ott, by the way, 0 for 1. It'll be Ott, Garner, and Rooker. Dave Gardner named the show. It's his idea. And he was a console player, so he was a big fan of the NHL series and some of that. And so originally, it was designed to be his transition from being a console player into a sports replay sim player. So therefore, digital to dice. Pitch to Ott is a liner into center field, and he's a tying run on. Yeah. And no, he will not try to run on Maddox. So he'll hold for Garner, who's 0 for 1. And so we've been doing that show. It'll be a year next month. And so we'll have about 47, 48 episodes done in that first year. Let's see. Garner can't bunt. So the pitch from Christensen is a ground ball, base hit left side. Ott will go to 3rd. Garner's on 1st. And there's runners in the corners and nobody out for Rooker. who was 0 for 1. And so they're going to try to squeeze in. No, they're not. He's just going to swing and hope to not hit into a double play. So Christensen, 2 on, nobody out, bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Rooker, ground ball to Boa. Ott will tie the ball game. Sizemore for 1. The throw to first. Rooker is safe. So on the fielder's choice, it goes 6-4, and we're tied at 2 here in the 5th. And that'll bring up Tavares, who's 0 for 2. Christensen threw 18 batters, 66 pitches, 4 1/3 innings. 5 hits, both the runs are earned, and 3 strikeouts. Tavares is 0 for 2. And there's a ground ball to Schmidt, to Sizemore for 1. There is no throw to first, and there's 2 out. Anyway, above the rim basketball was a genius game. It's all fast action driven. All the results come off the cards. And you just literally keep score on the Excel spreadsheet. It's a genius design. John Milner is 1 for 2. He has doubled, struck out, and scored. Pitch to Milner. Struck him out. Christensen got him on a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. The Pirates tied the ball game on a run and 2 hits and no errors. We go to the 6th in Game 1. It's Philadelphia 2, Pittsburgh 2. So Luzinski, Cardinale, and Martin to face Rooker, who's given me the fatigue warning. They would love to get 2 more out of Rooker. I doubt it. But that would be the plan. Luzinski's 0 for 1 with now 2 walks. That's not how you get 6 outs. Brings up Cardinale, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Philadelphia would love to get into that Pirate bullpen early here in Game 1. Ground ball to Stargell. Takes it to the bag himself. Luzinski goes to second. 1 out. The pitching mound reminds me of the Gauntlet, the video game. Wizard is fine. Wizard is tired. Yes. Terry Martin's 0 for 2. Rooker from the stretch. Popped up Ott. That's a rainmaker that's going to find the seats, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. So Rooker from the stretch to Tavares, and it plays him. It got under his glove. Luzinski goes to third, hit him on the chest, and Tavares couldn't settle it down. And so runners on the corners and 1 out for Foote, who was 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. There's a little looper into right field. Luzinski will score. 3-2 Philadelphia, and Tanner's coming out. So the error is costly. The Phillies retake the lead. And we're going to go with Eddie Whitson. Fortunately for the Pirates, the bullpen is fairly fresh. Nobody pitched yesterday because they were off. Whitson making his 27th appearance of the year. He's 2-2 with 2 saves and a 3.18 ERA. He has not faced the Phillies this year. His last appearance was August 1st against Montreal. 2 innings, a hit, and 3 strikeouts. So 39 2/3 innings, 37 hits, 4 homers, 15 runs in total, 14 earned. He's walked 20 and struck out 29. And that fastball is at 96. He's a ground ball pitcher. And they would like to get 5 outs from him. They want to get him into the 8th. Sizemore's 0 for 2. Runners on first and second. Ground ball to Stargell. It goes to Tavares for 1. Back to first. Do they turn it? Yes, they do. 3-6-3. So Whitson throws 4 pitches and gets 2 outs. That's efficient. 5.5 down. But the Phillies get the go-ahead run on a hit and an error, so the run is unearned. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 3-2, Philadelphia. So Parker, Robinson, and Stargell to face Christensen here in the bottom of the 6th. Dave is 1 for 2. He has doubled and driven in a run. Struck him out. That's 5 for Larry. A 2-2 out of the zone, and Parker chased. That sounds like a soap opera name, doesn't it? And now it's Days of the Ends of Our Pillows, starring Parker Chase as Lee Colt. Bill Robinson's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Got him. He got a good morning, and that's a good afternoon. The 2-2 swung on and missed, and 2 out for Stargell. Willie doesn't want to be good night here. He's 0 for 2 and a strikeout. 3-2 Philadelphia, bottom of the 6th of game 1. Here's the pitch. There's a base hit left field. Only the 6th hit for the Pirates. Stargell's on first. Here's Tannen. He's got a triple. He's 1 for 2. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Phillies. They've left 5 on so far. 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Pirates. And they've left 3 on so far. Stinnett into right. Martin runs out of real estate. And somebody from McKeesport will make that catch. And the count is 0-2. Christensen throws to first. Stargell back. Now he goes Holmes to net. Base hit left field. Kluzinski will pick it up. Stargell will bluff. And a 2-out single for Garner. Or Ott, rather. Ott singled and scored. Stargell on second. Stinnett on first. Here's the pitch. Gets away from Foot. And everybody moves up 90 on the wild pitch. That was in the dirt. So here's Ott. 2-1 the count. Ball 4. And now everybody's up on their feet here in Pittsburgh for Garner. He's 1 for 2. Stargell the tying run. Stinnett the go-ahead run here in the 6th. Pitch from Christensen. Line drive right back to Larry, and the Pirates leave them loaded. Wowzers. No runs. 2 hits and no errors. After 6, Philadelphia 3, Pittsburgh 2. Wow. So Christensen will lead off the 7th. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Maybe. Whitson, we'll see how many pitches he throws. I'd like to get him into the 8th, and he would lead off the 7th. So let's see what happens. Struck him out. He got him on a 2-2 at 88. So the changeup earns him his first strikeout. Brings up Maddox. Gary's 2 for 3. A single, doubled, and scored. Ball 4. So the Pirates are ruining the chance that they missed in the 6th. Here's Boa. His 2-run shot in the 5th tied the ball game at 2. Or gave the Phillies, rather, a 2-1 lead. He's 2 for 3. He's also got a single. His home run was his 3rd, and he has 37 RBI now. Maddox has speed on first. He goes. The throw a ground ball to Tavares. His only play is to first. So the Phillies did the hit and run. Maddox moves to second. And there's 2 out for Schmidt, who's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. So Whitson probably will bat in the bottom of the 7th. Unless something happens here. Ball 4. So Schmidt draws the walk. Here's Luzinski. He has walked twice and scored and is 0 for 1. Both teams have had their chances, but kind of like the way the regular season has gone for them so far, it's tight. Luzinski, little ground ball to third. Garner has to go a bang-banger to Stargell, and Luzinski is out! Stretch time, no runs, no hits, no errors. 3-2 Philadelphia. Well, we're going to let Whitson bat here. His pitch count's at 30. And so Whitson's going to bat and start the 8th inning, especially with nobody on base. Yeah, absolutely amazing what Wayne has done with that. 2nd and 10, by the way, the computer football game, programmed by Richard Hanna, is also a Wayne Pony-Wise game. Absolutely magnificent design. Pitch to Whitson is a ground ball to Sizemore. Goes to Cardinal for the out. Yes, Harry Potter created above the rim. Or Ozzie Smith. You would think that if you were to actually play like one of the Lakers or the Utah Jazz teams at John Stockton, there's some wizardry passing in that game. Frank Tavares is 0 for 3. Christensen through 27 batters, 103 pitches. 6 1/3 innings, 7 hits, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. They're playing for a bunt you're not going to see. And there's a chopper to short. Boa from behind the bag over to first. 2 out. For Milner, who is 1 for 3, a double. He has struck out twice and scored. Cardinal, Martin, and Foote for the Phillies in the 8th. Milner nubs one down to second. Sizemore throws to first, and that will retire the side. Nothing across in the 7th. We go to the 8th. 3-2 Philadelphia. So Cardinal, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Whitson will get a base runner. You got to figure you're probably going to see Tekulve at some point. But the longer Whitson can go, the better chance you get at Tekulve pitching in Game 2. And Richie Hebner will pinch hit. So Hebner comes in at 275, 9 homers, and 39 RBI. Whitson delivers, and Hebner ground ball to Stinnett deep in the hole, over to first, 1 out. Brings up Jerry Martin, who's 0 for 3. Hey, can you code from beyond the grave? That's our question next for Tupac Shakur. Martin stays in, and Whitson struck him out. A 2-2 in there at the knees at 95, and there's 2 out. For Barry Foote, who is 1 for 3, he is singled, driven in the second run, and struck out. And he sends this one into right field on the ground, and Parker will pick it up. Bud Harrelson's going to pinch run. Good on speed on the base, but not as far as stealing is concerned. Teddy Sizemore is 0 for 3. Whitson has gone 2 1/3, eating up some innings here in the top of the 8th. 2 out. Struck him out. So that's going to be it for Whitson. Fastball on full count was swung on and missed, and that will retire the side. Phillies leave a runner on. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th in Game 1. It's the Phillies 3, the Pirates 2. So McCarver comes in to catch. He's a 5 and a 10, which is big because Pittsburgh's got speed, and Richie Hebner is a 6 at first. Dave Parker is 1 for 3, had a double, a strikeout, and an RBI. Pitch to Parker. Little ground ball foul, first base side, and into the Pirate dugout. So the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Whitson's done, by the way. Did what he had to do. 1-2 to Parker. 3-2 Phillies. And there's a slow roller to Hebner. Flips it to Christensen covering, and Parker is retired. Brings up Bill Robinson. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Christensen looking for win number 11. Here's the pitch. Into left. It was high, but it wasn't very deep. 2 out. Luzinski's there. Brings up Stargell. 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Christensen, probably, since he's due to start the 9th inning, is facing his last group of batters. He's pitched very well. Slow roller to Hebner. He'll underhand it to Christensen covering, and that will retire the side. We go to the 9th. No runs, no hits, and no errors here in Game 1. Phillies 3, the Pirates 2. So the Pirates go with Dave Hamilton, and he's already made his 16th appearance. He is 0-2 with a save and an ERA of 3.38. He did actually face the Phillies on May 29th. He gave up a earned run. His last appearance was against the Expos 2 days ago. Went 2/3 of an inning. So 24 innings in total, 12 hits. No home runs, 9 runs in total, 9 earned. He has walked 15 and struck out 6. Fastball pitcher at 88. And a fly ball pitcher. He would bat 4th in the 9th. Christensen comes in. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. I can't imagine he's going to bat. He will not. It will be Big McBride. McBride at 225, 5 homers and 29 RBI. Philadelphia would love a run here. Into center field, Robinson moves over. 1 out. For Maddox, who's 2 for 3. Doubled and scored. And a single. Hamilton deals up the middle. Stinnett by the bag over to first. 2 out. So Stinnett, Ott, and Garner, and then a pinch hitter if need be for the Pirates in the 9th. Boa had that big 2-run homer in the 5th. 2 for 4. And a run scored, obviously. And there's a line drive to short. Tavares is there. And that will retire the side. So last chance saloon for the Pirates in Game 1. Ron Reed looking for his 14th save coming in. Reed, who was tall, he was what, 6'7", 6'8"? Might have been the tallest player in history until Randy Johnson, making his 33rd appearance. (4-2) with 13 saves and an ERA of 2.57, has faced the Pirates in every game that they've played. All 5 now. 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Both earned 5 strikeouts, a win and a save. So he last pitched on August 2nd against the Mets, an inning and 2/3 for a strikeout. 49 innings, 36 hits, 16 runs, 14 earned. 2 homers. He's walked 7 and struck out 44. Am I channeling my inner 2-pack? Is the epitome of white and nerdy. That's right. That's me to a T. If you look up on my channel, I actually played the 1982 NCAA championship between Georgetown and North Carolina using Above the Rim. You can interject. Stinnett 2 for 3. He's got himself a single and a triple. Here's the pitch. There's a base hit left field, so the tying run is on to start the ninth. So the Phillies guard the lines for Ott. Edit 1 for 2, a single and a run scored. They see you rolling on your Segway. Kevin Blart, Mall Cop. Here's the pitch to Ott. Ground ball to Boa. Mike goes to the bag himself for one. Over to Hebner. And Ott is... no, he's safe. Nope. So Sinet trying to take Boa out. It just took enough off the throw so Ott could beat it out. So Garner 1 for 3. Ott the tying run. Garner the go-ahead run. Pitcher's spot is next, and they're looking down the dugout to see if Mendoza's grabbing a bat. Garner, Ken Homer, has driven in 6 game winners this year. Chances are it won't be Mario Mendoza, at least first. Pitch to Garner is into right field. Martin is there. Ott goes back for the out. So 2 out. And the tying run at the plate. Who can hit a righty? For Steve Bry. Donny Osmond dancing in the music video is hilarious. I bet it is. So we won't give Lorenzo the heart attack. We'll bring up Bry. At 219, no homers and 7 RBI. As long as you know how to cut and copy and paste. Yeah, Donny Osmond is the soldier of love. Especially to people who are just a couple years older than me. Let's just say in their mid-50s. Just before I'm accused of taking shots at anybody. Pitch to throw to first. Hebner and Ott is back. Imagine being a 10-year-old kid and having some teenage girl throw her underwear at you. At 10. What the heck would you do with it at 10? Pitch to Bry is a line drive right to Hebner, and the Phillies win game 1. So the Phillies get a big game here. He's a new tabletop sports persona, though. He doesn't. That's the reason why we started the show. Christensen gets the win. He goes to 11-8. 8 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 1 and struck out 6. Larry Boa with his 2-run homer in the 5th is our Game 1 Digital Dice MVP. Ron Reed picks up his 14th save, an inning and a hit. Jim Rooker just didn't go long enough. 5 1/3 innings, 5 hits. 3 runs all earned and a homer. Whitson did yeoman's work, and Hamilton, even with the minus stuff, goes the clean inning. So that's game 1. You still got an hour to go. Because we got game 2 coming up. And so right now the lead is 2 games for the Phillies. Oh, what the hey. We can play the rest of the day now, right? Should I do it? I'll play that game right now. Let's do all the ones in the West that matter. Cincinnati 6, San Diego 3. Moscow goes to 11-4. Gaylord Perry isn't going to win a Cy Young. He goes to 9-9. Ken Griffey 3 for 4 with a triple and a double. So the lead now is 2 games. The Dodgers do get some help from Atlanta, however. Phil Niekro gets the win. He goes to 15-9. Atlanta makes 4 errors, but still beats Houston 5-2. My favorite dessert, Mark Lemongello, goes to 11-5. Bob Horner has 17 homers. Imagine that. And the game that everyone wants to hear about in 30 seconds. And don't forget to go pick up a 6 or 12 pack or a suitcase of Maldito at your favorite package store today. All right, we're going to do 2 quick games here. We'll do the Dodgers one second. The big one at Yankee Stadium between the Orioles and the Yankees. It will be the Yankees and Ron Guidry beating Baltimore 2-1. Guidry goes to 15-4. Dower gets a 2-run homer. We'll show you the box score here. Bucky Dent, a sac fly in the 8th inning was the difference. And Mike Flanagan takes the loss. So the Yankees flip back into first place in the American League East. Oh, I showed it to you and realized that my camera was on myself. All right, are you ready? From Candlestick Park, the Dodgers 4, San Francisco 2. Doug Rauch gets the win. He goes to 10-7. Vida Blue goes to 8-10. And Davey Lopes had a triple. You say that now after I've told you the good news. We'll show you the box. Let's tell you how the runs were scored. Billy North with an RBI single in the first, 1-0 Los Angeles. Bill Madlock with the 17th of the year to make it 1-1 in the bottom of the first. Reggie Smith, a 2-run shot in the third. And the Dodgers made that stand up. Bill Madlock singled home Johnny LeMaster to make it 3-2. Billy Russell's got a 13-game hitting streak. And then Davey Lopes with an insurance run on a grounder to make it 4-2. 8 innings for Rauch, Forster with a save. Vida Blue with a loss. That's right. So there you have it. So the Yankees get a big win out of Guidry to go ahead of Baltimore, and the Dodgers beat the Giants 4-2. Now, let's do Milwaukee and Boston. Milwaukee in 10 beats Boston 2-1. Larry Sorensen is a 19-game winner, and Robin Yount singled home Don Money off of Bill Campbell to get the win. So that pretty much is the rest of the important stuff in baseball. Let's get set for game 2, shall we? As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball 1978, Game 2 of a doubleheader between the Pirates and the Phillies. Jim Cott for Philadelphia, Don Robinson for Pittsburgh. Well, it's a cool game, too. 63 degrees. As we get settled in, Don Robinson is 8-4. An ERA at 2.61. He's making start number 20. Got 12 left after this. He did start one earlier this year against Philadelphia. 8 2/3 innings, 11 hits. 4 runs all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 9 in the win. By the way, the Red Sox had a 5-game winning streak snapped in that loss. The last time Don Robinson pitched was against the Dodgers. I'm not going to spare your Fifi. 7 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, none earned in the win. I've been snapped for a long time, Big Clue. He walked 2 and struck out 4. So in 134 2/3 innings, 118 hits, 47 runs, 39 earned. He walked 26 and struck out 89. Fastball pitcher. At 87, he could go about 7. Remember, the Pirates did not use Grant Jackson or Kent Tekulve in Game 1, so they are in better shape bullpen-wise in this big second game. For the Phillies, Bake McBride will lead it off in right field. Larry Bowa at second, or short rather, will bat second. Schmidt will play third and bat third. Luzinski cleans up in left. Hebner will play first in Game 2 and bat fifth. Maddox in center, bat sixth. Bob Boone is here for Game 2 behind the plate and hitting 7th. Sizemore 8th, and Jim Kittycott, the pitcher, will bat 9th. Defensive changes for Pittsburgh. There's only 3. Berra is a 3 at third. Garner moves to second for game 2. He's a 5. Sanguillen is in for Stargell with a lefty caught on the mound. Sanguillen is a 5, and Duffy Dyer will catch game 2. He's a 5 and a 3. That's more than 3 changes, Ron. It's 5. Don Robinson is an 8 with a 9.77. So McBride at 224, 5 homers and 29 RBI. So right now, the Philly lead is 2. McBride in the center field. Robinson starts game 2 with an out. That's Bill Robinson. Here's Boa at 314. His home run was big in game 1. Now is 3 on the year and 37 RBI. Pitch to Boa. A little ground ball to Tavares over to Sanguillen. And it got away from Manny, and Boa's on second. Tavares' throw was high, and Sanguillen couldn't leap. And so Boa is on with the air on second. I'll bring up Schmidt at 239, 14 homers and 54 RBI. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Anne Bancroft, I'm not sure, was old enough to be a MILF in The Graduate. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? Well, he's sitting by his Mr. Coffee Maker, having some breakfast. Pitch to Schmidt is in the left field. Milner and Barra converge. Barra is there for the out. Greg Luzinski at 253, 25 homers and 77 RBI. Struck him out. He got him on an 0-2, swung on and missed. So Robinson gets the strikeout. Somebody's Mrs. Robinson's happy. Half an inning in the books. Philadelphia nothing. Here come the Pirates. So Jim Cott, making start number 15 in 78, is 6-7 with an ERA of 4.01. Not to be confused with the Highway in Toronto. He did make one start against the Pirates. He lost it. 5 innings, 10 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He walked 1 and struck out 3. His last time on the mound, it's been a while. He hasn't pitched since July 26th. Faced the Braves, 6 2/3 innings, took the loss. 9 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. He walked 1 and struck out 2. The Red Sox lost to Milwaukee in 10. Thanks for asking, Todd B. George Hendrick would join me for game 2, but George is not awake yet. Caught 101 innings, 112 hits, 5 homers, 51 runs, 45 earned. He walked 18 and struck out 33. His fastball is the equivalent of my fastball at 81. He doesn't feature the grounder or the fly ball, but the man can field. Changes defensively for the Phillies in game 2. Bake McBride is a 9 and 8 in right. Hebner is 6 at first. Boone a 10 and a 5 behind the plate, and Cott is a 10 on the mound. You talking about the I Am Spartacus video, or Sporticus? I'm sure he did a great job with it. Tavares will lead off. Yeah, okay. Tavares will lead off for Pittsburgh. Phil Garner will bat second in game 2 and play second. Dave Parker in right will hit third. Bill Robinson in center field cleans up. Manny Sanguillen at first will bat fifth. John Milner in left will go sixth. Dale, son of Yogi, will play third and bat seventh. Duffy Dyer behind the plate goes eighth, and Don Robinson, who threw 16 pitches in the first, will bat ninth. Tavares will not bunt. 263, no homers, and 36 RBI. Pitch, and there's a ground ball to Boa, deep behind the bag, and throw to first for the out. By the way, Sunday you can get your tickets for the Mario Mendoza Bobblehead Day by calling 802-555 1414. Garner at 272. 4 homers and 35 RBI. They're going to play for the bunt we're not going to do. In all seriousness, who did Mendoza have the best numbers for? The Rangers? Struck him out. So Cott got him on a 2-2 fastball. Swung on and missed. That'll bring up Dave Parker at 349. 21 homers and 71 RBI. Pitch to Parker. Line drive to Schmidt. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and 1 error. 1-800 home run. After 1, Phillies and Pirates are scoreless in Pittsburgh. So Hebner, Maddox, and Boone to face Robinson here in the second. Ritchie, defensive replacement in Game 1, 274, 9 homers, and 39 RBI. Pitch to Hebner is in the shallow right. Parker comes in for the out, 1 away. So Maddox at 287, 9 homers, and 45 RBI. So pennant race updates. The Yankees beat the Orioles. Milwaukee beat Boston. Atlanta beat Houston rather. Cincinnati won their game. And the Dodgers beat the Giants. Pitch to Maddox. Up the middle, Tavares has to make a bang-banger over to Sanguillen, and Gary is retired. 2 out for Bob Boone. Bob at 232 did not play in Game 1. 8 homers and 36 RBI. And if you join us late, the Phillies beat the Pirates 3-2 in Game 1. Up the middle, Garner over to Sanguillen, and that will retire the side. So Robinson, a quiet inning. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. So here's Bill Robinson, Manny Sanguillen, and John Milner to face Cott. Robinson at 257, 4 homers and 53 RBI. Dodgers Giants noon tomorrow, 9 Pacific. And on Friday we'll start in effect a triple header of Sunday games. We start with the Orioles and the Yankees, and then Sunday at 7 Eastern, the other doubleheader between the Pirates and the Phillies. Robinson, ground ball to Boa, who makes a diving stop. Throws to first for the out. So normal time tomorrow and Friday, 9 Pacific, noon Eastern. Sanguillen is at 193. A homer and 15 RBI. And there's a ground ball to Hebner. Takes it to the bag himself for the out. And Dodger Baseball, of course, on Retro Sports Network is brought to you by Maldito Beer. Get the cool, crisp, refreshing taste of Raisin Country in Maldito. John Milner at 250, 3 homers and 29 RBI. And there's a liner right to Hebner, and that will take care of the Phillies here and the Pirates in the second. No runs, no hits, and no errors. After 2, Philadelphia nothing, Pittsburgh nothing. Reminder, Florida from Good Times loves her Maldito so much she'll just go up and say, Maldito, Maldito, Maldito. You give yourself a cookie if you get that joke. It'll be Sizemore, Cott, and McBride to face Robinson here in the third. Sizemore at 231, 8 doubles and 10 RBI. Pitch to Sizemore is a liner foul. Third base side. Somebody from Pittsburgh made that catch. The count is 0-2. There's a ground ball to Garner. Picks it up on a hop over to Sanguillen, and Sizemore is out. 1 away for Cott. Going to swing away here at 152 and an RBI. Pitch, and there's a line drive to Garner. 2 out. So this one has turned into a pitcher's duel for sure so far. Here's McBride. Bake is 0 for 1. Robinson, 9 batters, 2 2/3 innings, 35 pitches and a strikeout. McBride into right. Parker has it for the out. No runs, no hits, and no errors. After 2.5, it's still the Phillies nothing, the Pirates nothing. Bake Archie McBride. Yep.
Oh, Archie, make me a pie.
So it'll be Barra. Look at the right side, Ronnie. Barra, Dyer, and Robinson. Dale at 167. 3 for 18. Cott's pitch. There's a base hit past a diving Sizemore. Thanks. Once in a while I do get the impressions right. So here's Dyer at 218. No one's gonna bite on the beer joke, huh? 218, no homers and 11 RBI. Barra not a threat to steal. Cott will work from the stretch. Up the middle might be 2. Boa to Sizemore for 1. Over to Hebner. And that is a double play. So 2 for the price of 1 there. 4-6-3. And 2 out for Robinson. Don can hit. 349, no homers, and 4 RBI. Mr. Quixote taking another shot at me. And yes, that video is very good. Pitch to Robinson is a base hit in the left field. Luzinski will pick it up, and Robinson's on with a single. So the second hit for the Pirates. So Cott through 2 2/3 innings, 9 batters, 23 pitches, 2 hits, and a strikeout. Tavares is 0 for 1. Tavares will drop one down, and he dropped it down foul. So the count is 0-2. Cott being very efficient, 2 outs here in the third. Ground ball to Sizemore, snap throw to Hebner, and Tavares is retired. So no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the fourth. I'm going to take a drink, just in case someone's wearing headphones. After 3, no score. Is Jamie still here? Actually, I could find it out. Boa is 0 for 1. Schmidt and Luzinski to follow. Robinson starts the fourth on 38 pitches. And that's a little blooper in the left center field. Boa will hold it first. He can steal the bag. Brings up Schmidt, who's 0 for 1. Throw to first. Boa is back. No score, top the fourth. First hit for the Phillies, by the way, in game 2. Schmidt, line drive to third. Barra's there for the out, 1 away. Brings up Luzinski, who's 0 for 1. I am VT Bub on Delphi. Why do you ask? I'm afraid to ask. So throw to first, Boa back. 1 out, 1 on. Into left. Milner has it for the out. Was I selling dynasty sets? No. I haven't played Eve in months, Lorenzo. And I certainly wouldn't use that. Richie Hebner is 0 for 1. So Boa on first still, 2 out. You're going to look a long time. I haven't signed on him once. Pitch to Hebner is a base hit left center field. Boa will round second and go to third. Hebner's on first. And there's 2 out and runners on the corners for Gary Maddox, who is 0 for 1. Pitch to Maddox, struck him out. Robinson got him to swing and miss on a good curve. No runs, 2 hits. The Phillies strand 2. After 3.5, no score. That's more of a wintertime game, Lorenzo, when I know I'm home. And I got to be honest, you really have nothing to do with me playing or not playing. Or not playing. I don't want you to think that I got tired of where I was. With the stupid alien invasions all the time. It's one thing to do the battle the NPCs and arm yourself and all that, but I really don't want to sit there and risk my major ships just to fight that. I had my own thing going, and you might have bought off me at some point. Garner, by the way, is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Parker and Robinson to follow. So, yeah, I essentially didn't like the changes they made with the triglyceride invasion. I know it's not triglyceride, yeah. Yeah, but they were right in my system. And no, that's not what I played. You know what? It's going to sound kind of weird. Garner struck out his first time up. Slow roller to Schmidt. Throws it over to Hebner. Garner is out. Schmidt made a fantastic play. He was coming in for the bunt, and it kind of dribbled past him, and so Schmidt had to do his impression of Pete Peters, reached back, grabbed the ball, and had to throw it to Hebner, who had to go back to the bag himself. And so that was a web gem thingy from Mike. So 1 out for Parker, who's 0 for 1. Yeah, no, I know that the invasions were a minor part. I played Eve to relax. I know. Most cutthroat game in the history of man, I played it to relax. There was obviously some thrill in that, you know. Yes, to relax. Pitch to Parker, who's 0 for 1. It's a fly ball to right. That's deep. McBride goes back. Gone. And so McBride just ran out of real estate, and it's 1-0 Pittsburgh. Here it is again. Parker just got all of that one. The wind blowing in from right center at 6. And McBride just watched it. 22nd of the year from Parker. And it's 1-0. And now bring up Robinson. Bill is 0 for 1. Pitch from Cott is into right field. This time McBride will grab it for the out. Yeah, to relax. Do my thing. You know, you'll always take chances. You know, it's not the whole Care Bear thing. But I lived in a system that was primarily Russian, to be honest, and we all left each other alone. Made some good money. Ah, yeah, thin watery soup, leeches, fleas, dysentery, and that daily flogging from Frank. She's got a temper. Manny Sanguian does, and he's 0 for 1. Pitch from Cott is a ground ball to Boa, and Boa put a glove on it, but the glove came up empty. So Sanguian reaches on an error. 2 out for Milner, who's 0 for 1. The thing is with Eve and any other, yeah, you know, I do it to relax. Is you can make of it what you want. I have nothing against Boom Boom. I like but I make the stuff for you to go boom boom, and not go boom boom myself. Not where I play. There are other things I can do if I need to be destructive, such as pinball. Pitch to Milner is a liner up the middle. That's a base hit. Sanguian goes to third, and there's 2 out runners in the corners. Like Steve Garvey, there's nothing against Boom Boom. That's right. Wink, wink. So runners in the corners. And 2 out for Berra, who got a single. So the Pirates trying to make some hay here in the bottom of the 4th of Game 2. Pitch to Dale is a fly ball deep left center. Maddox goes back to the track and makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Dave Parker puts a dent onto this one as his home run to right is the first run of the ball game. A run on 2 hits in the air. We go to the 5th. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Wade Boggs likes chicken in Boom Boom, yes. Bob Boone, Teddy Sizemore, and Jim Cott here in the 5th. Boone is 0 for 1. You know this is a family stream, right? Do you really want to know the jokes that are going through my head right now after that comment? The type of PvP I do in EVE has nothing to do with shooting things. So Boone is 0 for 1. That's right. I kept it PG. Oh, it's hard though sometimes to do that. Boone is 0 for 1. Robinson starts the 5th on 58 pitches. To 3rd, Berra over to Sanguin for the out. 1 away. It's just locker talk. I don't need, YouTube coming down on me for saying things. There's actually a lot of people of all faiths that watch, and I don't want to offend anybody. Here's Sizemore. He's 0 for 1. Robinson from the wind, popped up. Dyer to the screen. Does he have room? Yes, he does. 2 out. I failed at that. Okay. I don't want to offend any... Here's Cott. 0 for 1. Struck him out. Robinson got him, swung on and missed, and so that will retire the side. All right, while you salve your own wounds here, it's time for a commercial. Imagine that. Halfway home in Game 2, the Pirates won, the Phillies nothing. The Don Rickles way is really the way to do that. Only run so far here in Game 2 was a Dave Parker solo bomb, his 22nd of the year. Yeah, I know you got a lot of stuff going on, Lorenzo. Pittsburgh 1 run, 4 hits, an error. Philadelphia no runs, 2 hits, and an error. Jim Cott 4 innings, 4 hits, and Robinson has thrown 2-hitter through 5. Dyer, Robinson, and Tavares for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 5th. Duffy's 0 for 1. I would take 65 at this point and run, personally. Dyer 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. And there's a line drive right center field. McBride will pick it up. And that's the 5th hit for the Pirates. So, bunt situation time for Robinson. He did single his first time up. Schmidt and Hebner play for the bunt. Robinson will throw to first, and they got Dyer taking a nap on first base. Oh, baby. So Dyer thought that the pitch was going home, and he was going on the pitch, and Dyer got caught napping. George Hendrick would applaud, but he's not awake. So Robinson singled at his first time up. He's 0 for 1, or 1 for 1. Up the middle, a base hit. So Robinson goes to 2-2, and yes, Mrs. Robinson is happy. So Cott threw 18 batters, 52 pitches, 4 1/3 innings, 6 hits, a home run, and a strikeout. Tavares is 0 for 2. And this time he sends that one into left field. That's going to drop for a hit. Robinson, a slow throw to third. He tries to get back to second, and they got him. So Robinson, who is blessed with the speed of a turtle, tried to steal third, not literally, and the throw into the infield caught him way off the bag, and Robinson got hung up, and Sizemore tagged him for the out. 2 out. Todd B. was looking at images of Cindy Garvey. She hasn't aged well. You know, 1985 was 36 years ago. So here's Garner, 2 out. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Caught a break there. Throw to first, Tavares back. The pitch to Phil is a ground ball to Schmidt, who makes a diving stop. Goes to Sizemore for the easy play, and that will retire the side. The Pirates get 3 more hits and do not score. No runs, 3 hits, no errors. After 5, Pittsburgh 1, Philadelphia nothing. So Bake McBride, Larry Boa, and Mike Schmidt to face Robinson here in the 6th. Garvey didn't age. Steve didn't age that well either. She was on the cover of Inside Sports with her husband Steve. McBride, by the way, is 0 for 2. Robinson threw 18 batters, 71 pitches, 5 innings, 2 hits, and 3 strikeouts. Pitch to Bake is a ground ball to Barrow over to Sanguin for the out. You'd have been about the right age for that big clue. About 12, 13. Larry Boa, 1 for 2. Got himself a single. Steve's just jealous because Regis got to do that. Oh, that's right. You did grow up. You told me that. Steve's just jealous because Regis sat next to her for a few years in the morning. Pitch to Boa is a line drive left field. Milner will pick it up. Boa's going for 2. The throw is not in time. Well, if that's the case, I'm just not even going there. SI used to be really good. The articles in Sports Illustrated were just as good as the pictures. Here's Mike Schmidt. He's 0 for 2. 1 out. Boa on second. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Top the 6th in Game 2 of a doubleheader with the Phillies. Schmidt. Sharp grounder to Berra. Boa stays at second. Throw to Sanguin is in time. I haven't seen her. I haven't even thought about her in years. Only because we're doing this replay is even the name Cindy Garvey come up. Luzinski's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. So how's the family doing, Lorenzo? Your sister, your father, your mother, and all that? Pitch. Struck him out. Robinson got him on an 0-2 on the inside corner, and that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 6th. No runs, a hit, and no errors. Pittsburgh strands a runner. After 5.5, or Philadelphia strands a runner. After 5.5, 1-0 Pirates. Yeah, I do. I got that one. I got them all at one point. I got the Sporting News. I got Sport. They're the ones that gave away the MVP cars a lot. And I got Inside Sports for a while. Okay, I'll take your word for it, Big Clue. Glad they're good. Hopefully your brother continues to improve. Parker, a solo shot in the fourth. Lone run in game 2. Philadelphia won game 1, 3-2. Pitch to Parker is up the middle, but Maddox all the way to the track. Well, got it for the out. A lunging catch for the first out. Here's Robinson. Bill is 0 for 2. Into center again. Maddox this time will make the easier catch. 2 out. 1-0 game is nerve-wracking indeed, yet the older sport magazine has cards in them. Manny Sanguillen is 0 for 2. B. Hebner, Maddox, and Boone in the 7th for Philadelphia. Sanguillen in the right. McBride in the corner makes the catch. Not touching that stuff. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 7th. 1-0 Pittsburgh. I forget which one he contributed to. Tom Boswell now writes for the Washington Post. Came up with OPS. Was that his creation? Nobody's perfect. Sports. Oh, total average. Okay. Sports department for the Post is pretty good. Hebner, by the way, 1 for 2. Got himself a single. Robinson has held the Phillies to 3 hits through 6. Pete Palmer in the hidden game of baseball came up with OPS. Pitch to Hebner. Struck him out. So that's 5 for Robinson. He swung on and missed an 86-mile-an-hour fastball for the first out. Here's Maddox. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. I got the Sporting News marked for years as well. Back when they even had hockey and basketball box scores. Sport had a hilarious story about a Stratomatic League. I think it was around 76 or 77. Pitch to Maddox is a ground ball up the middle. Garner in front of the bag over to first. And Maddox is retired. This game better not go 14, 15 innings. Here's Bob Boone. He's 0 for 2. So Robinson has given Chuck Tanner everything that you'd want. And he can go to Colby pretty much at any point now. Big Clue recommends Alan Schwartz's The Numbers Game. If anybody wants to read a book about the history of baseball stats, I'll give that one to Dave Gardner for Christmas. Pitch to Boone is a fly ball left field. Milner is there, and that will retire the side. Stretch time, 1-0 Pittsburgh. It'll be Milner, Berra, and Dyer to face Cott here in the bottom of the 7th. Milner 1 for 2 with a single. Ball 4, and Milner walks slowly to first. 3-1 inside. Cott didn't like that call. Here's Berra. Dale is 1 for 2. So the Pirates would love to win Game 2, and that puts all the pressure on the Sunday doubleheader, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Berra to Schmidt, Sizemore for 1 to Hebner. Can they go around the horn? Yes, they do. 5, 4, 3. Not reading those out loud, but okay. So 2 out for Dyer. 1 for 2. He got himself a single. Pitch. Ground ball to second. Sizemore over to first. And that will retire the side. So we go to the 8th. Got a nail biter here at Three Rivers in Game 2. It's 1-0 Pittsburgh. So Sizemore, Cott's batting slot, and McBride. Sizemore is 0 for 2. Robinson give me the fatigue warning, but at this point, like Kentucky Fried Chicken and their mashed potatoes, anything he gives you now is just good gravy. Pitch to Sizemore is into center field. Robinson is there, 1 out. So let's see what they do with Cott. Yeah, Mona's right. Ugh. So Cott 0 for 2 with a strikeout. He will not bat, which is not a surprise. Bud Harrelson will pinch hit. Hopefully they will pull him out of the game and tell him to retire early. Harrelson at 153 and 3 RBI. Robinson fires. Ground ball to Sanguin, takes it to the bag himself. 2 out. So McBride is 0 for 3. Robinson threw 27 batters, 102 pitches, 7 2/3 innings, 3 hits, and 5 strikeouts. And he will bat to start the bottom of the 8th as he tries to get the shutout. He's working on a 3-hitter. Cott was washed up by the end of 76. He pitched forever, though. Didn't he pitch till 84? Got a ring with St. Louis in 82. Pitch to McBride. A ground ball deep in the hole to Garner over to Sanguin, and that will retire the side. So the happy-go-lucky, friendly Warren Brewster coming in. You got a pitching change. This game is coming to you from Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh. Brewster, making his 39th appearance, is 1-0 with a save and a 2.26 ERA. He has faced the Pirates 4 times. Amish Elvis coming in at the end of our twin bill. 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits. This is his 5th appearance. Brewster's, not Amish Elvis's. A run it was earned. He's walked 1 and struck out 2 with a save. Yep, through 1983, Cott at the age of 44. Nothing against us 40-year-olds. Come on. Had an ERA of over 4 in relief. Brewster last pitched 2 days ago against the Mets, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits. 59 2/3 innings total, 48 hits, 16 runs, 15 earned. He has walked 17 and struck out 43. He's a ground ball plus pitcher. Fastball tops out at 91. Robinson, by the way, is 2 for 2. He's now hitting .378 on a year. Up the middle, Brewster. Over to Hebner, 1 out. They play for the bunt. Tavares is 1 for 3. He's not going to do it. Pitch. And there's a ground ball to Boa, and Larry boots it. I believe that's his 2nd error of the ball game. And so Tavares is on the air. And Pittsburgh could use an insurance run. And look who's on deck. It's Dave Parker. They guard the line. Schmidt at 3rd. Hebner at 1st. That's true. Don Sutton was an accumulator that way, too. You can chop off the unproductive years at the end of a career for a lot of players. Pete Rose. And they look quite different. Pitch to Garner. Runner goes, and Tavares is on a balk. So Tavares will take second as Brewster didn't stop. He ran the red light, and that's a balk. And so he's in scoring position for Garner. But Clue, who is not on the top of Jim Cott's Christmas card list, says, without Cott's last crappy 7 years, he doesn't limp up the career win chart, and he's never viewed as a Hall of Famer. Actually, I think he should be in the Hall as a Frick candidate. It's great analysis. They might need that insurance run after all. You're right, Lorenzo. Pitch to Garner is a ground ball to Hebner. Takes it to the bag himself. And Tavares goes to third. So 2 out for Parker, who I can't imagine they're going to pitch to here. His solo shot in the 4th is the only run of the ball game. Yeah, Cott is a genius in the booth. Why CBS went with McCarver over Cott in those years? Well, that's star power for you. So Parker 1 for 3. And yeah, they weren't going to pitch to him. So Parker claps his hands. He's on first base. 2 out for Robinson, who is 0 for 3. Who can hit a righty? And Pittsburgh will pinch hit. They're going to bring in Willie Stargell at 292. 11 homers and 42 RBI. Moreno will go into center field. Pitch to Stargell. Base hit left center field. Tavares scores. Parker's on third. And it's 2-0 Pittsburgh. I think Big Clue and Tribe Fan got their coffee mixed up. Speaking of Todd B., how are you? So Sanguillen at the plate. Sanguillen is 0 for 3. So Stargell, with a big single there, makes it 2-0 Pittsburgh. And Big Clue responds, and that's why I said that, the joke maybe because McCarver is a handsome guy. Well, Mrs. McCarver thinks so. While Cott looks like a sloth from the Goonies. Keep waiting for Cott's ears to twitch while he yells Rocky Road. You guys are in rare form today. And that's what you get for being here for an hour and 47 minutes. So Sanguillen, Lorenzo wants me to channel my inner Don Meredith. Okay, I will. Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say all good things must end. Turn out the lights. The party's over. Pitch to Sanguillen. And there's a little chopper down to Sizemore over to Hebner, and that will retire the side. No, so we played 8. A big run for the Pirates. A run on a hit and an error. We go to the 9th. It's 2-0 Pittsburgh. Yep, you thought you hated George Hendrick more. I've never heard anybody say a wrong word about Jim Cott until today. The things I learned. Stargell stays in the game at first. He's a 6. And Moreno goes into center field a 7 and a 6. He would bat 5th. But if the Pirates are batting again, that's trouble. Yeah, not the most attractive man in the world. Neither is John Smoltz, and he makes a few $1 million on television. Larry Bowa is 2 for 3. He's singled and doubled. Schmidt and Luzinski to follow. The Phillies need 2 to tie and 3 to go ahead. Robinson delivers. It's into shallow right. Parker comes in, 1 out. We've apparently hit one of those grinds my gear moments with Big Clue. Here's Schmidt. He's 0 for 3 in game 2. Here's the pitch. Struck him out, so Robinson is a batter away from a 3-hitter. The 0-2 was swung on and missed, and it's now up to Greg Luzinski to avoid kissing your sister in this twin bill. He has struck out twice. The Pirates will take the sweep, or take the split, and stay within 1. The pitch to Luzinski to Garner, over to Stargell, and that's what we got. The Pirates and Phillies have split the doubleheader. And that is a lot of bull. The Pirates 2 and the Phillies nothing in game 2. Don Robinson is our digital dice player of the game. He throws a 3-hitter. He struck out 6. 119 pitches, 90 strikes, and 29 balls. He goes to 9-4. Jim Cott, Big Clues bestie. 7. This is a great effort. 7 innings, 7 hits. The lone run, the Parker Blast in the 4th. A walk and a strikeout. So no runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors for the Phillies. The Pirates, 2 runs, 8 hits, and an error. And so let's play the rest of the day in baseball. Friday, August 4th, 1978. The Cubbies beat the Expos 5-3. Rick Russell goes to 13-7. My screen is now scrolling along. All right, really quick. Cincinnati 6, San Diego 3, Atlanta 5, Houston 2. The Tigers beat the White Sox 7-1. Young gets the win. He goes to 1-1. Jason Thompson 2 for 4 with his 15th homer. Yankees behind Ron Guidry beat the Orioles 2-1. Kansas City behind Paul Splittorff. He didn't throw a shutout. He did allow 3 hits over 7 2/3. The Royals beat Toronto 2-0. Herboski picks up the save. Mets beat the Cardinals 7-4. Skip Lockwood goes to 5-3. Texas behind Fergie Jenkins beats Cleveland 4-1. Johnny Grubb goes 2 for 4. Oakland 7, Seattle 1. John Henry Johnson goes to 4-8. Glenn Abbott takes a loss. Milwaukee beat Boston 2-1. California pounds out 19 hits, including 2 homers from Joe Rudy. They beat Minnesota 11-7. Ken Brett goes to 3-6. And we told you that the Dodgers beat the Giants 4-2. So there you go. And let's give you the standing really quick. Dodgers and Giants tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Dodgers 2.5 over Cincinnati. Philadelphia and Pittsburgh split the doubleheader. It's a 1-game spread. Phillies. Texas, a half game over KC, 3 over California. Minnesota and Chicago just might be starting to fade. The Yankees by a half game over Milwaukee and Baltimore, and 8.5 over Boston. So that's the doubleheader. Hey, if you stayed for the entire hour 53, thank you so much. I'm Ron Juckett. Tomorrow it's baseball again. We'll talk to you then. Have a great afternoon, everybody.